Continuing our week-long look at Bookfest, we're joined by an author who knows how to write for probably the most demanding of audiences. And at a workshop as part of the festival, she'll be taking you through some top tips and useful hints on how to write a book for children, as well as how to wow the publishers with it also. Well, thank you so much, Charlotte, for coming in. And as we said there, children's books are probably some of the hardest books to write, I would imagine.
Certainly, children's fiction is a very difficult thing to break into. I've got a history of writing educational resources for schools and non-fiction, so the non-fiction market is slightly an easier way in, but the workshop I'm going to be doing is going to be doing things for writing fiction, creative writing.
Fantastic. And as we said there as well, obviously there are some fantastic children's writers out there, but it's quite as you said, a difficult market to break into. I mean, what is your some sort of top tips if there's any budding writers out there?
Certainly read what's being published at the moment. I run a writers group on a Friday morning, and we get lots of people who want to write for children, and they're writing stories that they may have read 40 years ago when the children's market has really changed. It's a lot faster now, a lot more contemporary. So I would say you want to see what's been published in the last 4 to 5 years.
Fantastic. And we were talking a little bit before the show as well that actually you've been awarded a grant as well for your writing.
That's right. Bizarrely, because I wrote a book for teenagers, that was rejected, and the agent I sent it to was really interested, but she said there was certain things wrong with the text and wanted me to rewrite things. So I applied to the Arts Council to see if I could be funded to basically do a big rewrite, and that's what I'm going to be doing this year. So it's quite exciting.
And just give us a flavour, what was that particular book about?
It's actually a teen novel. When I was younger, I had lots of caring responsibilities for my mother. And although it's set in sort of fantasy, it's very much dealing with what it's like to feel that you can't move on to the next stage of your life because you've got family responsibilities at a young age. So
maybe like a lot of kind of artists, musicians, writers, a lot of your own experiences kind of fuel your creativity then?
Yeah, and certainly as part of the Arts Council grant, I'm going to be going into school and doing writing workshops similar to the one in the Bookfest, for writing with children who are particularly young carers or children with caring responsibilities.
Fantastic. And so obviously one of the things that we haven't spoken about is obviously if people wanted to come along to the workshop that you're holding, what do they need to do?
Yeah, it is certainly. It's on Tuesday the 27th of February and it's 7 till 9 at the Carnegie Library. Now you can book online. It's only £3. We're going to be doing sort of using creative writing prompts. We're going to be learning about hooks. I'm going to be giving people lists of places where you can send your work, and there's also going to be chocolate.
Oh, you've got to have chocolate.
Definitely.
But I suppose one of the key factors there is dealing with publishers. I mean, that's something that maybe a lot of people won't have come across before. So again, you're using kind of your experiences to kind of help the next generation of writers.
Yeah, I certainly will be covering different places and organisations which can give advice on how to really sort of polish that submission, making sure your pitch is right, your letter's right, and you're following the guidelines to at least get noticed or be seen as a professional.
I suppose kind of your testament to the fact that although a publisher may not like your entire book, they do sometimes give you the opportunity to kind of resubmit and try again.
Certainly. Like I said, my history is in non-fiction, but when I was writing fiction, I was getting to the point where people were saying, oh, you send the first 3 chapters, and they'd say, send the rest of the manuscript, and there was something wrong. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sort of curl up and die. Instead, I just sort of looked at different ways I could fix that. So I've just finished an MA in writing for children, and now I'm being funded to get the novel right and to resubmit to the agent who was interested.
Wow. So would you advise anybody that wants to come to one of your workshops maybe bring some examples of their previous work to you, or can they just turn up fresh?
Turn up, pen, paper, be prepared to do some writing, have a look at some sort of prompts, have a go at writing for children and tapping into today's market.
Fantastic. Well, let's just remind everybody, when is it, where is it, and how do they get involved?
So that is on the 27th of February. It's a Tuesday night at the Carnegie Library. You can book online, but there's lots and lots of great events happening during the month.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.